Hello everybody, welcome back to the episode of Last Day on Earth Survival Day Return. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys had an absolutely fantastic day. Sorry that this video was coming out a little bit late today. I was trying to record a Last Day on Earth video in the morning, but we were having mad technical difficulties for some weird reason. But here we are, we have been raided. That is a revenge raid over in our sights. We do need to restock this, however, though luckily we do have the things necessary, and we caught whiff of something secret that I cannot wait to share in the multiplayer zone. And it is time for us to hopefully get ourselves a buff from the multiplayer zone before we do head on out onto that revenge raid. We are very prepared for this thing with these 3 hatchets plus the 4 hatchets that will produce, plus not to mention the 2 C4 that we have ready to boot as well. So things are looking fan-freaking-tastic, exactly the way that I hope your days are looking. But wait, it gets crazier. Check this out right here. What you guys are seeing is a crate that is actually able to be found in the multiplayer zone. Now, if you do take a peek at this crate, you can see that there's a very specific date on this crate. For some weird reason, 13, 12, 19, what appears to be 86. You could make an argument that maybe that's supposed to say like 1936, but I'm pretty sure it's 1986. So these are the dates that these crates are dated. The crates are probably not going to be newer than the zombie apocalypse, which makes it seem that that this game, or at least Last Day on Earth, is taking place during this type of time period, or that something very interesting and very important will happen in this date. Now, obviously it's in the past, so 1986, we can't really go back there unless there's a Back to the Future type of jazz, right? But this date is also in the Russian/European format, where the day comes first and then the month follows after. So this date is December 13th, 1986 by the looks of it. So what could this date possibly mean? Maybe December 13th will be a very important date later this year. Maybe something very specific will happen on that day. Maybe that'll be the day that like a huge update comes out. Obviously, that's like 8 months down the line. So this is like lots of speculation here. But definitely did want to show this off to you guys because it's very interesting for them to just put a date on a crate. Like, we've seen so many crates before that have never had dates on them, but for some specific reason, some of these broken crates in the multiplayer zone that we ourselves are going to try and discover firsthand appear to have this date. If you actually look at the right of the screenshot as well, you can see that crate over on the right does have something a little bit similar. It is saying, you can only see the year, but it does appear to get, again, say 1986. So what is the deal with this? And honestly, I am stumped, but I really do think that there is significance to this, because it's not like Kafir to randomly just add in stuff like that is totally senseless, unless we're talking about the fishing rod so far. But for real, what is the deal with this crate and why does it have this date? And I don't know, man. I'm definitely going to be paying attention when December hits. Maybe that's the day where we finally get, because I mean, well, think about it this way. All right, so for the massive updates in the past, it has taken 3 months, 3 to 4, it's been right around 3 to 4 months per massive update. So 1.9 will probably be coming in 3 to 4 months, and then 2.0 in 3 to 4 months after that. What if that is the date that they are plotting to release update 2.0? The timelines roughly match up in that, if what is it currently, April, which is the 4th month, April 10th, 1.8 came out early April, 1.7 came out early early January, right at the new year. And potentially with these future updates, it might even take, potentially they might need that extra month before the massive ones do happen, for example. So if you think about it, 4 months from now, that's gonna be the 8th month, and then the 12th month, meaning that this, technically speaking, could be the timeline for 2.0, whatever the hell that might encompass. But for now, this is all that it is. It is just a date, and I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Maybe it's trying to hint us in on the setting of the game. Maybe the zombie apocalypse hit when this was the time period, because if you think about it, that would make sense, because I don't know, you're probably not producing crates and dating them in the middle of a zombie apocalypse, whereas like maybe these were supply crates that were, you know, produced, data and all that jazz before all this stuff happened. So that's kind of the, I think it's either a date where something's gonna happen in Last Day on Earth, or it's trying to give us a little bit of backstory. But nonetheless, I would absolutely love to hear what y'all got to say about it in that comment section down below, and remind the comments what you're third of the way into a $25 iTunes/Play Store gift card giveaway. All you gotta do as well is make sure to hit that like button, make sure you subscribe to that button so you win on today's video. Y'all can go and enter on every single Last Day on Earth video in existence. But when Saturday rolls around, we'll pick a random video from the past week, pick a random comment from the random video, and that will be the winner for the past week. And we'll go ahead and kick off a new weekly giveaway to boot as well. So make sure to subscribe to the notification bell, hit so you don't miss anything like that, lads. And lassies, and you guys can see we do currently have the quest. We did pick this quest up last time, but for some reason it was not letting us load into the multiplayer zone. I think the server just being a little bit finicky, a little bit weird the other day, so hopefully we can actually head on over there and say hello to some wonderful people who maybe will recognize us, and of course knock out these quests and to keep our eyes peeled for those crates, because I would love to firsthand see that. But it's super cool that that's there, and it just, I don't know, man, it's just such a random date, you know? Like, why just put a random date on something for no reason? It has to have some significance. Like I'm saying, maybe it'll end up being something that has to do with something new coming to the game on December 13th, or it could just be some backstory saying that, hey, this was the dates when the zombie apocalypse hit. But I mean, we're not really seeing like super, I mean, I don't know though, because we have seen iPhones, pretty much like touchscreen phones in the game, you know what I mean? So I don't think iPhones and stuff would exist. You know, I don't think we'd be worrying about developing iPhones if there's a freaking zombie apocalypse happening outside. So it's weird. There's just so many possibilities, but none of them I'm like super concrete or super dead set on it. Again, that's why I would love to hear what y'all gotta say, because this definitely some creativity will be quite required. Ooh, breaking that puppy, but creativity will be quite required to try and decipher what the hell this might be. And we over here are absolutely creative over there in the comment section down below. And you guys do kind of kick butt, and I've seen some super amazing things that have even been completely accurate in the past. So like I'm saying, I'd love to hear some of your guys' ideas. Scroll through the comments, maybe hit that like thumbs up button on the comments that you agree with, or you think are cool, or you think are good hypotheses and whatnot, because the comments are seriously fan-freaking-tastic, man. I don't know, it's just, you guys are so awesome, you know, dropping dropping like bunker codes, just trying to be as helpful as possible. Like, I try to be as helpful as possible during the video, but y'all provide that extra effort of helpfulness, and honestly, it's just super dope. So shouts out to you guys. I appreciate it a ton, and thanks for just being arguably one of the greatest communities, if not the very greatest community to span YouTube. So like I'm saying, hey, if you ain't a part of it, hit that subscribe button, join on in. But with that said, with that done, let's continue focusing on trying to get some of these random little items. No one has said hello to us yet, but oh, hello. We just said hello to ourselves, but why don't we go ahead and try to also keep our eyes peeled, not just for these things for us to collect, but also hopefully we can find some of those crates ourselves, because I'm just trying to also figure out what this zone could have possibly been. Like, you guys can obviously see like danger irradiated signs, which actually, now that I think about it, I think this might have been some sort of, is that snow we're seeing too? What the hell? I've never actually paid that close attention. That's either snow or some kind of weird dust, but there are all these radioactive barrels and stuff. What if these anomalies also are being formed? Also, I think these are the crates that have the dates, although unfortunately they are kind of covered up by whatchamacallit, by the grass, but those are indeedly due the date crates. But yeah, I don't think the infection brought this stuff here. I think this might have been like a nuclear waste zone, kind of like the Chernobyl or something, like a little Chernobyl town. You guys can see some wrecked infrastructure here, something like that, that potentially got hit by the horde, or, you know, was quarantined off. Kind of reminds me of Chernobyl, actually, with like the wall and quarantining it off, although I don't think there was a wall surrounding Chernobyl still. You know, I mean, you're obviously not supposed to go into there. It's obviously hella irradiated. And right up north, we did see a couple of those irradiated signs, so potentially that's what kind of sets this apart a little bit. Maybe that's why these anomalies are being formed. It's like a combination of radiation, but also, for whatever odd reason, the infection kind of coming together to become one. Ooh. we're actually trying to decipher a solid amount of info here. I wonder, when did Chernobyl happen again? Is there any chance that it happened in 1986, now that I think about it? Hold the phone. I'm actually gonna look into this super quickly. We might be onto something oddly weird here. But, so we'll go ahead, like I said, we'll look through here, try to pick up some more of these things, and then we will go over on our raid. Oh, let's go, we found this thing too. These things are such a pain in the bum to find. But then we will head on out and go over to our raid, and potentially, if we got some free time to spare as well, we should have some extra tickets. Head on over to the bunker and try to knock that puppy out as well. Maybe open up some ticket crates there. But, talk to y'all in a sec. Alright, guys, and this right here is actually the mother lode of all these crates that do contain these dates, and after looking into it a little bit, this gets weird. 1986 is the exact same year that Chernobyl, the disaster at Chernobyl happened. Chernobyl, of course, being a Ukrainian city. And this game is probably, well, as you guys know, Kafir is a Russian game developer, and Chernobyl is a relatively big part of the whole kind of like, not really Russian history, but definitely kind of like the Russian backstory, if that makes sense in a weird way. But regardless, right, that's going on. I actually looked specifically into a timeline of events, not quite December 13th, but on December 14th, that is when they, they put over like a concrete roof slash sarcophagus slash whatever over one of the reactors that did melt down at the Chernobyl disaster. So, oddly enough, that crate dates back to a day before that happened, and this zone looks incredibly like something like Chernobyl would be, because you got the radioactive waste, you have all these radioactive signs saying like danger, radioactivity, and this type of stuff, and I think that this stuff is connected, man. This is actually getting really weird. I did not know this at all going into the video. All I knew was the screenshot, but dude, look at what happens when you record videos, man. The ideas just start flowing, and we definitely just came across some interesting stuff, so definitely take that into account. And honestly, if any of you guys want to take this a step further, run away with that info, do what you can, and see if you can't come up with anything else interesting that might have to do with this and all the weird stuff that's happening in this area, because yeah, that makes, I don't think that's the current date. I think that's the date that maybe this area was walled off or something like that. It's really weird to tell here, but something's going on, man, and I really want to see if we can get to the bottom of this, because this seems absolutely crazy. But for now, with that little additional pieces of info shared and this weird seemingly connection to Chernobyl being added in as well, there's a lot of things to ponder and think about. But right now I am focused on getting the last one of these stupid thorns, dude. These thorns are always such a struggle to find. Getting the last one of these, and then going on over, heading on out of this zone, getting our buff, and going out on our raid. And there we go. Luckily we don't have to wait too long. We can get the last of the thorns that we need, head on back to the wall and do this. But yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe that's why this wall exists in the first place. Maybe this infection spawned from like radioactivity or something like that. I don't know, dude. This is really weird, because that makes sense. They wouldn't be able to create this wall in time. This is a really complex wall to hold off a zombie horde or a zombie infection. What I think it might be, and we have also seen through the concept arts that there are multiple walls, or that there are going to be additional walls that are already overrun with the infection. I think that these walls were constructed kind of as the quote-unquote sarcophagus, or the containment of a similar disaster to Chernobyl. You know what I mean? And maybe this wall is the quote-unquote sarcophagus that was constructed, but then within there are multiple layers trying to contain wherever it happened. And that kind of, dude, this might be where whatever happened. This might be where the infection slash some sort of massive nuclear explosion meltdown happened. I don't know, dude. There's absolutely crazy stuff to think about, though. This is actually insane. When you connect some of these dots, obviously they don't connect perfectly, but rough approximations and just kind of taking the dates, taking the context information of the multiplayer into account, and the fact that Kafir has said that they are going to reveal the story of this game as they do move forward, I think at the center of it, dude, I think radioactivity might have done it, or like just a nuclear explosion that they then tried to like contain. It's weird, man. There's so many possibilities now. Like, I can't even pin my mind on the single one that makes the most sense. There's a lot of possibilities that honestly could make sense within the context of this, and that's why, like I said, definitely get to brainstorming, boys. If y'all got any ideas, let me know them in that comment section down below, and that of course can count as your entry into the giveaway. But that is enough. I think we've connected enough dots. I've talked enough about what I think about this. With all of that said, with all of that done, we got to make a quick pit stop. Honestly, here's the thing. I don't want to go all the way home and then run over to this raid, right? I'm thinking, is there anything nearby where we can make a quick pit stop, drop off a couple things, because we're going to have more pine planks and nails than necessary to craft these 4 iron hatchets. So let's just run home really quickly. Honestly, shouldn't be too big of a deal. Should be a relatively quick drive, and then we can run on over to X-Flame, or the X-Flam Trey over there, say hello to him, and hopefully say hello to a nice little haul of loot that we'll be able to get from him. But dude, that's actually crazy. What the... I'm telling you guys, all right, quote me now. These things are connected somehow, and I can't wait to see this unfold. This actually has me really freaking excited for future updates. What the hell? Yo, I think this is how they kind of start to like kind of leave little hints, little tidbits, little breadcrumbs here and there of the story. And I think those breadcrumbs, again, man, they gotta lead to the crater, and the crater's obviously what's being walled off. Like, something crazy is gonna be happening, man, and I'm actually exhilarated, especially because we managed to, I don't know, find out part of it. But that's enough of talking about that. Let's get to talking about this little raid that we are going to go ahead and knock out. And today, let's just go ahead and put some of these extra materials away for the next time that we need to put them to use. Unfortunately, actually, hold up. We might be able to put a couple of these things away. Again, dear mama, dude, our base is a nightmare to get through all of these doors. I'm telling you, dude, I'm pretty sure it's the doors that lag my game when I'm at home. That's the only explanation, because every other place even multiplayer. You guys saw how smooth multiplayer was running? There's something got to be about the doors and just the mass amounts of opening that we got to do. But there you have it. We are ready. We are rearing to go. It is time for the revenge raid. And golly gee, am I excited to head on over to this as well. And I'm really excited as well. The weather's a little bit poopy now, IRL, but do you guys remember that little last day on Earth thing I was teasing over on the Instagram? If you guys know what I'm talking about, definitely go ahead and follow me at Starsnipe. My next Instagram post, I think I'm gonna do a double whammy. I'm gonna do a $25 gift card giveaway over on that post, but also, what is it? It's going to be a last day on Earth specific post that I think you guys will really, really like and really, really be fans of. So definitely looking forward to a little bit, but I don't want to spoil anything. But it's gonna be last day on Earth raid, like I said, potentially going to try and work that giveaway into there. All you have to do is like follow my Instagram and then probably like that photo and leave a comment on that photo saying something or saying what you think of it. But like I said, hopefully I can post that photo a little later this week. It's been really poopy weather, and I do want to do it when it's actually good and stuff. But this 100% has to do with last day on Earth. I think that you guys will love it, and potentially I'll even end up doing a video on it as well. But enough talking about that. Now is the time to talk about the base, but still in the back of my mind, I still just want to keep talking about these secrets that the multiplayer zone has, man. But I've already said everything that I feel like I realistically can add to the conversation, but still, man, I can't wait to see where you guys and gals end up taking that conversation yourselves. Right now, I can't wait to see what chests I end up taking from this guy over here, and by the looks of it, his base ain't looking super good, boys and girls, but that's not a bad thing. Oh, this burp isn't a bad thing either. Holy, I've been needing to burp for a while. But whatchamacall, this means that there should, dude, what happened to raids? There was like that 1 to 2 week period of time where our raids were absolutely nutty. Okay, I ain't complaining. But you know what I mean. They had like steel walls, they had all that type of jazz, and now it seems like the quality of them have fallen a little bit. You know, I don't know, they're definitely not as godly as they used to be, but don't get me wrong. They're still pretty freaking dope. That goes without saying, because while it's not as hard for us to break it. Give me that steel, boy. Thank you kindly. But it's a lot easier for us to break in, you know? But there's still relatively solid loot scattered throughout the chests. Not mean, know what I'm saying? Oh, thank you for the yellow tickets. Ah, get away from the zombies. I don't have to deal with you boys in just a second here. All right, and then we can use our usual turn and burn tactics and hopefully get some criticals on these guys to just kind of absolutely murk them. Oh, RIP to you. Oh, of course you do 72 on the last shot, but God, I love getting that buff before we head on out on these raids because it definitely makes our lives a little bit easier. But holy hell, dude, I still can't believe that. Okay, game, you gotta chill, dude. This is the worst my game's ever lagged in like a hot minute. I don't know why. There's 2 floater bloaters chasing me. All right, you know, I'm not gonna turn and burn. I'm gonna just take you out the usual way. And of course, we get the critical hit on the last shot. What is new there? All right, anything over here that we missed? No, looking like we got everything. Anything over in one of these chests that per snaps we didn't get our hands on properly? Ooh, shotgun rain. Fancy seeing you here. Thank you for the pistols too, buddy boy. And honestly, I'll go ahead. I'll steal your clothes after I'm done breaking through your stuff, though, because I don't want to have to, you know, like, I don't want the new clothes getting hurt in the middle of this raid. You know, so might as well wait a little bit and see what else we can get here. Dude, if there's even more chests of steel, that is also going to be pretty dope. My hopes aren't too high for that, though. There should be, there they are. Oh, mama, they are coming in numbers. Oh, let's get the hell out of there. Let's hopefully take out the fast biters first, just because I don't want an angry mobs of these guys whacking on us while we're trying to take out, like, a bigger enemy. So as soon as we get a little bit of distance from the other guys, let's hopefully finish these guys off a little bit on the lickety-split side. Let's get ready to heal on up. And I think there's just one fast biter left that we got to deal with. Oh, our weapon broke too, though. Yeah, it's okay. That means we got an excuse to whip out the AK. Looking forward to that. I'll just get a little bit of distance, a little bit of separation. Kalashnikov 47 time coming in. Oh my God, dude, watch these dudes get marked. God, that extra critical hit damage is absolutely dope. But let's break through this. Let's see if this will perhaps hold something not too fruitful for us. And then the final chest for us to go ahead and break on into. And you can see that we got 6 wrenches out of it. So all things considered, not too shabby. I guess we could collect some of that aluminum just for future paying off people. Let's put some of this stuff away as well. We'll go ahead and toss the gas into the gas tank of a chopper as well. And then we'll see. I think there were a couple other things I wanted to grab. Probably change clothes, but let's definitely toss that over there. Definitely keeping the shotgun rain, and probably not gonna toss the steel bar. It's usually some of the most valuable stuff we can possibly get from our raids. But dude, for a free raid, little revenge raid here, what do we have to use? Use a little bit of our silenced guns and a couple hatchets? Get steel in exchange? Yeah, revenge raids are bae. So I guess it kind of makes sense why maybe they did nerf them a little. Because it just feels like we've definitely gotten better revenge raids than this. But still, I guess it makes sense because, like, you obviously don't want, you know, the kind of, like, quote-unquote freebie raid to be better than the raid that you have to, like, quest for example. Because those raids that we quest for have consistently been giving us much better results than this stuff. Not to say that these results have been bad. I'm just saying that those have truly been another level. But whatchamacallit, anything else that we really want to grab? I'll pass on the green tickets, not really in the market for those. And, like, I think there are other valuables we could go pick up instead of, like, blue tape and stuff. I think we may have missed out on a couple things, so really quickly, let's toss on that brand spanking new SWAT arm. I'll definitely take the weapon parts home as well. Goodbye to that Hatchix. It's about to break anyway, so I don't want you coming with me, buddy boy. A little bit more gas that we should be able to toss on the choppery-doo. Probably some food that we gotta eat. Oh, well, let me spread some vitamin P first, too. But we gotta find some food for ourselves to eat on up and munch on up. And hey, look at that, we're smelling absolutely poopy. But oh, also, I really, if you guys did enjoy the other video that went up today, I think it's called, what's it called? It's something Heights, man. It's Radical Heights, radical, dude. But Radical Heights, which is a new free battle royale game that came out. If not, I suggest you guys check it out. You know, will I play more? That depends on if people want it. If not, though, it'll just be a one-off video exploring it. Jurassic Survival had some relatively big news come out lately, so expect some stuff coming out with that as well. Should be a Jurassic Survival video coming in the coming days, and a lot of cool stuff in the works. Hopefully, I'll even be able to finesse a couple of triple upload days throughout as well. So I hope it's stuff that you like, and let's freaking go getting this thing back up to a perfect 20 into the chopper, which means that we got these 3 slots left for us. Maybe I will break into, whatchamacall. Let's definitely pick those things up. Ooh. We're gonna have to repair our walls back at home, too. Kind of forgot about that one. Do you have nails here by chance? I haven't seen any nails. If I can't find nails, I'll happily take a second stack of planks, because we're gonna need to repair some walls. I never actually assessed the damages of the raid. It's probably something that we're gonna want to do, like the raid that happened to us, I mean. Yeah, it's probably something I'm going to want to look into. Not really anything else too crazy for us to pick up out of here, though. There are connecting rods, but we do have a good amount of connecting rods back at home. So I'll just take these things for now to kind of help supply the future. But breaking this down, I don't really want to break it down. I just don't feel like there's going to be anything. Maybe there's a chance, and I mean a small chance, you find some steel into steel plates. Maybe to make like a backpack or something, but maybe he left that in here. I don't know. Let's find out, and let's get the nope. Get the hell out of Dodge, because I do not want to have to deal with those fast biters over there. And pretty solid haul. All things considered, no complaints here. I like what I see, and I see what I like. So double whammy, bada bing, bada boom, baby. Things are looking good. Let's just get the hell out of here, get back to safety, not have to deal with the big one's usual shenanigans, which is nice, and head on back. And I do want to assess the damages of what that raid could have per schnaps done to us, because I never actually did that, and I feel like that may have been a crucial mistake here. But dude, for real, some of the connections we've actually pieced together in that zone, there's interesting stuff, like especially taking into account how long a big wall would take. And you know, like, were they really trying to contain an infection, or you know, were they trying to contain whatever radioactivity or nuclear explosion caused this? I could see an explosion leaving a crater like this, honestly. Seems like that could be done, but what do I know? I'm not an explosivologist. It sounds like a fun job, honestly. They could just blow up C4 a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, I blow up my fair amount of C4 in Fortnite, for example, but definitely no IRL C4ologist or anything like that. But as soon as this loading screen is done, we'll hop into build mode, zoom on out. God, I love that they added in that zoom out function, and God, I can't wait for update 1.8.1. I know it's probably not going to add in, like, obviously nothing massive like 1.8 did, but still, dude, that new multiplayer zone, hopefully, that's kind of, there's stuff in the game files hinting towards, would be dope. If not, though, dude, even just gun shelves, I'd love to have a place to hang up some of my bestest of guns, especially since we kind of do have, like, a little bit of a trophy room pretty much in a couple of those chests. But where were the damages sustained today? By the looks of it, they just broke through. They actually did a really awful job. They broke through all the worst walls, but because they didn't get into any of our like interior rooms. But unfortunately, we are gonna have to repair what appears to be 4 stone walls. Nothing else was broken into, though, so that is the good news. But still, though, we are gonna have to do a good amount of repairs, so I'm gonna go ahead and start preparing for that, and repairing for that as well. But with that, is gonna wrap it up for this episode of Last Day on Earth Survival. Best of luck to you guys joining the Chopper Squad and getting your Chopper gas tanks. Best of luck on your raids, revenge, or normal, and of course defending your base. Best of luck with the puppy breeding. Best of luck getting past the wall and joining us in the multiplayer zone. But definitely kind of put it off a little bit. Wait till the entry fee gets cheaper, because it'll get cheaper to repair, and right now it's not worth 5 electronic circuits for what we get. I know, because I used 5 electronic circuits to get there. 5 electronic circuits would definitely be more useful, especially down the line with some of the things that we might be able to use them for. But that will go at a rabbit feed for now. Cannot wait to hear what you guys got to say about some of these secrets of the multiplayer zone that we revealed and how these dots may all connect. Very exciting stuff that we are uncovering here. And honestly, given how creative and awesome you guys are, probably even more exciting stuff to be discovered in that comment section and down below. But that'll go and do it for me for now. Thank you guys a whole ton for watching. Have absolutely a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you in the next one. See ya.